Welcome to Deja View, where we're flashing back over 18 years of programming on the school channel. I'm your host and resident old guy, getting older every year, Gary Kramer, and with me is Amy Marsh.
Hi.
And not with us is Diane Stowe, who's off at a planning retreat so that Norman High North can open in a blaze of glory next year. Diane is one of the Student Congress officers for Norman High School North, and so she's busy getting ready for the opening of school next year. So we are going to forge ahead without her as we flash back to the end of the school years from the last 6 years. Now, coming up on May 20th, that's a Tuesday night, will be the 6th Annual Video Awards Ceremony. It's part of a video festival that the media students use to end the year. Big hoopla at the Sooner Theater. It's a night of sequins and sentiment as we end our year and flash back over that year. So this is the 6th time that this event will have been held, and so we're going to flash all the way back to its beginnings and bring you up to date and show you some of the traditions that have been begun with the Video Festival.
The first annual Video Festival was held at the Sooner Theater, where it has been held ever since. The location was not only a tradition begun with the first festival. Video montages of the year's work, live performances on stage by media songsters, and the presentation video clips of the top 3 finalists in each category. All are elements that had their beginnings in 1992.
In this clip, festival co-host Mitch Miller introduces Fred Avery, who presents the finalists and announces the winner in the Technical Excellence category of the festival. In his presentation, Mr. Avery praises the innovation and competence of the finalists, Russell Barrett, Todd Hutner, and Doug C.
All right, I'm fixing to introduce a guy who, on our Wakefield High School video at the end when it says last memories and friends, it should say Fred. This is the guy that knows what every button in the world does, even buttons on your underwear. This is Fred Avery. Just kidding, honey. Successful television can be many things. It may be a creative idea or a well-written script. It may be talent, or teamwork, or timing, or just plain luck. But before it can be anything, successful television must be the successful use of the technology. While the equipment allows seemingly endless possibilities for expression, it can also stymie creativity as we struggle with its use. There's something of an art to making television equipment work to turn out a seamless presentation, and I'm here to recognize the artist. The Award for Excellence as Technician recognizes a person who has demonstrated particular skill and diligence in the use of video equipment. Their skill has been to creatively use video technology as a vehicle for their ideas. Their diligence has been to pay attention to the technical details in order to produce smooth and unflawed work. It would seem from the small number of responses that you found this to be an intimidating category to enter. Let me assure you, most of you, your fears were unfounded. As a group, this class has produced remarkably consistent material this year. To help illustrate this, the judges have added a nomination or two to the category. Here then are our nominees for Best Technician.
Find them in the yellow pages or just asking your friends where they're going to go. There are many styles and colors available, ranging from double-breasted to tailcoats. Your measurements will be taken, assuring a good fit.
Congratulations to all of the nominees, but the winner is Russell Barrett.
Speak. I'd like to thank Alan Clinton for, it's like, this whole idea came from, like, whenever we were messing around in my room and I knocked over a plant at like 4 in the morning. And he was kind of sleepy when he'd go to sleep and everything, but, you know, I figured, why don't we just use something because, you know, we hadn't shut it all the time. Anyway, so here he is at like 5 o'clock in the morning with the vacuum cleaner all over him and everything. And the thing pops open, gets him totally dirty down the list and everything. And I just like to thank him and the rest of the Fast Lane crew because they're the best crew a guy can have. And thank you very much.
That was Russell Barrett making his acceptance speech for winning in the technical quality category of the video festival. There are categories each year, and the students submit entries into those categories, and then those entries are judged by panels of judges from the community. So it's the one time during the year that the media students' work is evaluated by people who don't know the students who produced it, so the work has to stand on its own. Now, Russell became an important figure in the consequential video festivals because after he graduated, he would return and help us judge the entries in each festival and was also presenter. So several traditions were begun with that first video festival. Let's see how those traditions grew.
The video festival quickly became a way for media graduates to stay in touch and stay involved. Some grads served as judges, others served as presenters, and some just came for the food and the reception. In 1993, Crayley Woodford returned from Vanderbilt to present an Outstanding Contributor Award. Following that, the principal of NHS, Ed Costa, presents leadership awards to 5 media leaders from the 1992-93 classes.
If you haven't gotten a look at the awards yet, they're desk sets that include a pen, and there's a reason for that, because we're hoping that all the winners tonight stay in touch with us. You are all very special people. Everyone in this room is special to us at the studio, and we want you to stay in touch. Just like the next presenter has done, we're happy to welcome back to our stage a young lady who spent a lot of time at the studio, or in many studios, not just ours, but also the Channel 5 studios while she was a student at Norman High School. And she's here again, all the way from Vanderbilt. Please welcome home Crayley Woodford.
Good evening. It's nice to be back. As many of you know, I spent 2 years being one of Mr. Kramer's homeroom babes on the school channel. He gave me some interesting memories. He had me pedaling around town on a bicycle built for 2. He had me changing tires. He had me eating gross food on Truth or Derbs, and he even had me rotting away on the Halloween fest. But one of the best memories I have of homeroom is working with the recipient of the next Outstanding Contributor Award. I know that she has lots of memories associated with media too. One I remember is her falling through the ceiling of the OU pool while she was covering a swim meet. This person literally risks her life for the school channel, and she adds life to the school channel as one of the district spokespersons for the Norman Public Schools. It is my pleasure to present this Outstanding Contributor to the school channel and to the school award to Miss Erin Dunn.
It's been such a great year for me. I've had a great experience being in Media 2 last year and this year also. And I just want to tell Mr. Kramer and Mr. Avery, thank you so much for all your advice. They really helped me out this year to make some tough decisions. And I'm grateful for all my friends in media and Russell and Jay and all your examples. And thanks a lot.
Erin, I'm glad you didn't take my advice. I was really upset when she dropped media to be in the OU orchestra, and I made all sorts of dire predictions that OU would suck her up and we'd never see her again. But she came back every week for homeroom, and I appreciate that. And Erin, I also appreciate the music that you brought into my home. Thank you. If my sports metaphor can continue one more time, I know I'm stretching it, but every team has to have an owner. And the person who provides a lot of the support that we enjoy and whose support we very much appreciate is our principal, Mr. Ed Costa, our next presenter.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you asking me here this evening to present the Leadership Awards. Leadership sometimes can be very tricky, especially when we're talking young adults. It's a very important time of life for all of these students. It's a time that, as a leader, you need to feel your way out on how to motivate others, helping each in the class to reach their potential. It also means, as you lead others, when you need to back off and let others learn to fly. It's helping others reach new heights and helping others to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Tonight it's my pleasure to recognize 5 young adults who have exhibited outstanding leadership in the Media 2 classes at Norman High School. By taking a leadership role in their respective classes, they have served as examples and models for the less volunteer, the less experienced, and the younger members of the class. When others were slow to volunteers, these students would take the initiative and keep things moving. They were always there to step in. They were your peer teachers. As I call your names, students of these 5, please join me on stage and stay with me. And audience, please hold your applause until all 5 leaders are recognized. First leader, Kim Carnavali. Kim is a 2-semester media student. She has served as Beatrix in the Rocky and Clay video and in the Norman comic. She's a regular on Fastlane, and with her friend Tasha, covered some of the most interesting community events for Tiger Den. Congratulations, Kim, if you'll join me. The second, stand with me right here if you will. The second student in the Leadership Awards, Brian Cole. Brian single-handedly led his class through the first few weeks of the year. Brian was a regular producer for his class and a regular performer on Forum. Brian is a 3-semester Media 2 veteran who plans to combine his love of music with his media skills for a career in the music industry. Congratulations, Brian. Our third leadership student, Steve Edmonds. Everyone in the first semester 5th hour class was a leader. There were only 5 students in that class. So Steve became a leader among leaders. His quiet leadership style and his willingness to do whatever was needed made him a valuable member of both semesters' classes, large and small. Congratulations, Steve. April McHughes is our 4th leadership winner. April is literally outstanding in her field. Her field of work for the school channel included the Homecoming Parade, a series of Mardi Gras features, the McKinley Invention Fair, and several baseball games this year. Everything April did for the school channel was accompanied by her trademark giggle. Congratulations, April. Our 5th and final leadership award goes to Ryan Meldrum. Ryan applied his showmanship skills to the media classes to become a regular producer and an accomplished director. He was secure enough to wear reindeer antlers for the Christmas show and strong enough to keep his 6th hour crew in line. Congratulations, Ryan. Congratulations and thanks, students, for the outstanding leadership that you have provided your classes at Norman High School. We're all proud of you.
That was Principal Ed Costa celebrating the leadership of the media students from 1992-93. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are juror categories in the Video Festival, but there are also awards given by the students to their peers, and those are called the Peer Awards, and leadership is one of those. This year, the students will also vote on who they thought was the best contributor in each class and who they think was the most valuable person in each class. And I know that the peer awards are probably the most special part of the Video Festival because, as I mentioned, it comes from the students to the students, and I think there's no greater honor than to receive the recognition and appreciation of your peers.
The 1994 Video Festival was called a Hug Fest. Resident old guy Gary Kramer introduced the theme as he hosted the 3rd annual Video Festival. Media alumni Jay Wendorf and Kristen Pettit helped Kramer demonstrate the proper and improper ways to hug before leading the entire audience in a group hug.
Thank you. And welcome to the 3rd annual Norman High School Media 2 Video Festival Awards Ceremony. That's a lot to say, and we have a long evening of awards. If you've noticed on your program, we're also calling this a Hug Fest. And I have some people in the audience that I'd like to come up and join me on stage because they are champion huggers from previous years, and I want them to come up and help demonstrate what we mean by a Hug Fest. They will also be showing you what you need to do when you come on stage, because many of you in the audience tonight will be receiving awards. And when we call you from the audience, we'd like for you to come up through this door on this side of the stage and come out here and join us and then line up over here. So to demonstrate that, I'd like to ask champion hugger Jay Wendorf and Kristen Pettit to join me on stage. Aha, a demonstration. Okay, right over there, come. Once you come on stage, come into center stage. Wait. Okay, and right here is where we want you to line up.
We're lining?
We're lining. Okay, this is a group hug. Okay, this would be appropriate, okay? This is an air hug. That's not appropriate, okay? We want some serious hugging here. Now, in one of my other lives, don't go away. In one of my other lives, I was a minister of music in a Baptist church, so I'm used to treating people like congregations. So, would you all rise, please, where you are? I don't want anyone to leave here tonight without a hug, so to start off the evening, I want you to get at least 2 hugs right where you are. Go for it. No air hugs.
Hey, my man. Beauty. Beauty calling me out.
Like this.
You like the shirts?
Now that we're all loosened up, now you know what it feels like. Hug Fest from 1994. Now there's always a lot of hugging that goes on at the Video Festival, whether or not we call it a Hug Fest. And there's so much celebrating that following the festival, we have a reception so people can hug a little longer, eat some good food, and get their pictures taken, because Party Fix is always there at the festival. So it's a night of friendship, it's a night of celebration, it's a night of hugging, it's a night of recognition. And the Video Festival is open to the community. So if you would like to attend a Hug Fest or come and watch the clips and see the media students celebrate their success for the year, just give us a call at the studio and reserve your ticket. Tickets this year are $3, and the festival will be held, as it always has been, at the Sooner Theater in downtown Norman.
The 1995 Video Festival ended with an original song composed by a media student, Billy Dry. Billy performed his song on stage while credits honored the classes of 1994 and 1995.
You might know that the first time we had the reception someplace other than the studio, it would be raining. I hope that after the ceremony concludes tonight that you will brave the puddles and brave the rain to join us at the reception at the Norman Depot. It's just 1 block straight south of here. Miss Hunt's there. There's lots of food, and if you don't go eat it, we'll have to eat it at the studio tomorrow. So please take advantage of the hospitality that Miss Hunt is providing for us. The students of the 1994-95 media classes are truly representative of the Norman High School student body.
Media students were also members of every sports team, every performance organization, and every elective class on the campus. Some media students made media their life while they were at Norman High, but most made media a part of their lives as they took full advantage of everything our campus has to offer. We've been fortunate to have these students in our lives, in our classrooms, in the studio, and on the school channel. I think the entire Norman community has been enriched by the work these students have done this year. As this evening and the school year comes to a close, let's take a moment to savor the time we have had together as Billy Dry speaks for all of us through a song that he composed for this event. Good night.
They say that into every life some rains fall. The storm has been growing round your heart. The time's coming soon when we go our separate ways, but it doesn't mean goodbye always. When I say goodbye, it just means I'll see you soon, and I want to spend some time with you. Our friendship means more to me than anything I own, and I know it does to you too. The ones you love can always cause some breathing, and I know that in your heart you feel the same. A friend stand through time, sun, snow, and rain, but in this we will love always. When I say goodbye, this does not mean last farewell. In my heart is always room for you. Our friendship means more to me than anything I own, and I hope it does to you too.
That was a look at the closing song from the video festival from 2 years ago, composed and performed by Billy Dry, who came along and worked with us for a while after that. I often hire the media graduates to work in the studio because they understand us so well. Let's flash back now just 1 year ago and see what the video festival was like last year.
Last year's festival was hosted by Bob the Night Guy Bowers, who introduced 1984 media grad and the voice of safety sneaker Byron Baker to present the awards in the open division.
Final award in the festival competition this evening is in the open division category. The open division was for projects that were not produced on the school channel. This may include projects that were deemed inappropriate for use, this may include projects that were for the students' personal use, and it may include projects that were done specifically for the festival. There's nothing inappropriate about our next presenter, though. He's the 1984 graduate of the NHS Media Program. He's also a former member of the Video Resources Studio staff. But most of the students in the audience remember him as the voice of Safety Sneaker and the host of Token Program. He is Byron Baker.
Thanks, Bob. With a title like Open Division, the judges, Jay Windorf and Joe McGreeny and I, knew to expect some unusual entries, and we weren't disappointed. What made the entries unusual, though, was the level of expertise, the creativity, and the talent that went into making them. I'd like to invite the finalists to join me on stage: Andrew Liu, Sean Milligan, and Jason Stewart. And as they join me, I'd just like to say, as Bob mentioned, as a veteran of the program and having the benefit of time to look back on it, truly the entries that I was fortunate enough to judge this year were consistently the best productions, showed the highest accomplishment of any of the productions that I've seen during my days as being involved with the program. I think it's a real testament to Gary Kramer, Fred Avery, and everybody else on the staff who is there. We spent a lot of time viewing the category, and one of the reasons is that many of the entries were quite lengthy, but they captivated us as judges and viewers, and we couldn't resist watching them all the way through. Some of them we watched more than once, and here's a taste of what we saw.
Oh my gosh, Paige, are you all right? You go get him.
My leg.
Is your leg all right?
Oh, my head.
Oh, Paige, you look so helpless lying there. I only wish you liked me the same way I like you. Man.
Oh, thank God he saved me. I think I'm in love.
For his touching and sensitive story about Opie the Boy Scout, this year's winner in the open division is Jason Stewart.
First off, I just want to thank the whole staff and my class. They made the year just very enjoyable, and most importantly, I want to thank Opie, who has been my colleague throughout the whole year, has worked with me on everything, and has been a very dear friend. Kevin Hurley, this is your award just as much as it is mine. Thank you.
That was Jason Stewart taking home one of the top awards from last year's video award ceremony at the Sooner Theater. Once again, this year's ceremony will be May 20th, Tuesday night at the Sooner, with the reception following at the Norman Depot. Hope you can join us there. Tickets are just $3, but if you can't make it there in person, be watching the school channel in the weeks following the festival, because we will record the entire event and play it back for you to enjoy to begin your summer vacation. So, for Amy Marsh and the absent Diane Stowe, I'm Gary Kramer. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week for the last edition of Deja View.